I want to build on something real quick. I'm on my way to the range. I just purchased a new family member. You know what I'm saying? I'll let you know. You know what I'm saying? What the family member looks like. I'll take a picture of him, you know, and give you the name and all of that a little later. You know what I'm saying? First, I want to check him out and see what he about. And then after that, I'll let y'all know what's up. But I wanted to talk about something real quick, man. And that is why people give up on black people. Now, this really doesn't happen when you're young. It's when you get to be my age and older, right? Like, take for example, you know, when I was younger, you know, I came to my father and I was like, yo. And, you know, of course, at that time, I was part of a cult called, you know, Nubian joint. And I was telling, you know, my father about Dr. Malachi York and how, you know, powerful of a man he is. And he's trying to change the, you know, the hearts and the minds of the people and this and that and so forth. And he was just like, yeah, whatever, right? And I was just like saying to myself, like, why is he brushing this whole thing off? Like, why does he don't want to help, you know what I'm saying, change the hearts and the minds of the people like, you know, Dr. Malachi York is doing? And, you know, he just kept on brushing it off. And one day I had to sit down and talk with him, you know, and he was telling me, like, he was part of, he was part of like different black organizations back in the days. If I'm not mistaken, I think he was like somewhat part of the Black Panthers, and then he was like, he tried the 5% Nation, and he knew about Dr. Malachi York. And he was just pretty much telling me to rely on myself, to just focus on me, and not so much focus on the people, because black people are gonna do what they want to do. And I just pushed them away, you know what I'm saying? Like, I still love them, but it hurt me that he didn't want to do anything for his people. Like, to see his people in such a dire need, and he just, you know, just was like nonchalant about it, like, just focus on yourself. And, you know, at that time I was really young, and I was like, how dare he, you know? How dare he be so selfish, you know? It's all about uplifting the black people. It's all about changing the hearts and the minds of the black people. It's all about, you know, feeding the black babies and teaching and educating the black babies. And it was like, I don't know, at that point in time, I really wanted to disown my father. Until I got older. And I hope and pray. You know, I'm not a religious person, but I'm just saying, for the sake of the conversation, you know, I hope and pray that the youth is listening to this conversation right here that I'm having with you all. I mean, your 17-year-olds, your 19-year-olds, your 20-year-olds, all the way up to about 30. Because I think things start changing. You start to have a conscience, start realizing that after 30, you know, black people are going to be where they at, right? After 30 years old, that is. 30 years on this planet. But as a teenager, as a young man and a young woman, you're very, how can I put it? Optimistic when it comes to black people. Because you're fresh and new to this planet. And you haven't had the experience with black people to know that black people are going to be in the same state that they're in forever. That not all black people want to change. And that there are quite a few black people that know the truth. But they're too lazy to change it. Matter of fact, they love being in a state of ignorance. And it's just that plain and simple. And let me tell you something, I wasted a lot of my years, right? A lot of my years. I know damn near close to 20 years of my life trying to help change black people. And I'm telling you, out of the years that I've attempted to do that, I've probably changed a few. A handful. Nowhere near close of the change that I wanted to see. Had it, leave it up to me, I thought I could have changed and helped thousands upon thousands of blacks. But I didn't. Because most of the people that I was trying to help change, like I said before, didn't want to change. And in reality, what my father told me years ago when I was in my early 20s, I had to be about 23. What my father told me, and I'm going to, say it again, is to focus on yourself and take care of your family. What my father told me back then, had I listened to him back then, my life would have been a lot more easier. And I wouldn't have wasted time. And some people may sit back and say, do you regret trying to help black people? And my answer would be, hell yes. Because the reality of it is that I got it confused. There's a difference between helping black people and helping niggas. And it's just that plain and simple. There's nothing complicated about it. So yes, I regret helping niggas because niggas don't want to change. And there's a difference between blacks and niggers. And I couldn't use the term nigger in the title. And you have to differentiate the two. When you're in 19, 20, 21, you really don't know you know what I'm saying? You think that all black people are capable and able to change. But that's not the case. Because the thing of it is, you have to separate the black people from the niggas. And you have to be able to have that consciousness to be able to determine who's a black person and who's an NIGGA. I don't want to say it too many times because I definitely in the future want to monetize this video. And you can't use nigga. You can't say that 400 or 500 times in one video. As of now, my channel has been demonetized, but I'm trying to work on getting it monetized back again. So there's a difference between black folks and NIGGAs. That plain and simple. So I'm going to tell you all, especially the youth out there, I'm going to tell you all to focus on yourself. Same thing that my father tried to tell me when I was in my 20s. Focus on yourself. And when you have a family, focus on them. And that's the only change that you need to make. That's the only thing that you need to give to your black race. That's the only thing that you owe them, is to set that example in order for other black people to see and follow what you're doing and want to be just like you. Want to be a young, rich, successful black man or young, rich, successful black woman. And that's the only debt that you owe to the black race. Other than that, you see how far I got Fred Hampton. I'm not trying to be funny. Sometimes, man, people, listen, sometimes I can be an asshole, sometimes I'm not. And people confuse the two, when I'm talking. Because it's always like, oh, he's trying to be an asshole, he's trying to be a smart ass. No, I'm just not. I'm just being real. I'm being real. Look how far I got Fred Hampton. Look how far I got Dr. Martin Luther King. Look how far I got Malcolm X. Look how far I got them. And for those that believe in Malachi Z. York and thinking that he's innocent and he's the master of the universe or whatever have you, and he didn't commit the crime. Let's just say for the sake of the conversation, you're right. Look how far I got Dr. Malachi Z. York. Doing 135 years in jail. You see what I'm saying? So, trying to help millions of black folks, and in those millions of black folks, you gotta say there's a large percentage of NIGGAs in it. It's a lot of NIGGAs that will snitch on you, that will sell you out for money. Look at what happened to Fred Hampton. What is it called? Judas and the Black Messiah? I didn't even look at the movie because I know the ending. And I just did not want to see another black man shot and killed in motion picture. Look at our source of entertainment. So now we went from slavery movies where we were getting beat, whipped, and all the rest of that, to now revolutionary movies where we getting shot in the head, shot up, shot in front of our pregnant wife. There's no ending to this. You have a movie about Nat Turner, and the ending is he was hung, but they didn't go further into the to the death of him, where they chopped him up and used his skin and sold it up as a pocketbook. So the only debt that you owe to society, or rather to the black race, is for you to take care of yours. That plain and simple. Is nothing complicated about it. And don't feel bad doing so, because I don't. I wake up every day with a smile on my face. And if you feel as though that you have a voice and that you want to say something, right? Get your YouTube channel like I do and say what you have to say. Speak your mind and leave it right there. You don't owe anyone nothing. If you feel as though that you want to help the black race out, go over there and feed the homeless people. You know what I'm saying? Do things that's going to be productive, and it's not going to get your head blown off. Period. But if you want to go out there and and be Martin Luther King, and you know, you want to be this high mighty person, want to be praised, you want to be this martyr, you know what I'm saying? Then go about your business. Do what you do. Me, on the other hand, I don't want to do that. I want to live, man, because it's nothing like living. Why did they take me this way? This is crazy. They took me the long goddamn way. I'm sorry, y'all, but this thing. Anyway, it's another conversation. But yeah, man, you know, go about your business. But let me tell you something. When you get your head blown off, don't blame it on anyone, because Dr. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Fred Hampton was like, I'm not trying to be funny, they showed you what would happen if you want to be this martyr type person. And I'm telling you, man, I love my children more than I love you all. That's a fact. I'll say it again. I love my children more than I love you all. I'd rather be there for my children than to be there for you all. That plain and simple. I got love for the black race. Don't get it twisted. But I love my children way more than I love you all. And just think about that. Just think about Dr. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. They had children. Fred Hampton, he had a son. And now, these people, these children, are being raised without a father. All because of the whole mission of trying to help change the black people, trying to get freedom. And look how far it's gotten them. It's not me. That's not gonna be me. It could be you. And if you choose to do that, by all means do it. But I'm telling you how far it's gonna get you. I was a revolutionary. I was black power to the T in my 20s. And I had to learn the hard way. There's some black people that you just can't change. There's some black people that are really NIGGASs. They're a wolf in sheep's clothing. They look like you, they talk like you, they walk like you, but they don't think like you. Period. As the saying goes, what? Every brother ain't a brother. And that's the truth. That's the truth. Every brother ain't a brother. That plain and simple. I couldn't have said it no better than that. And this is the reason why, like, I could say, like, right now, I'm living my best life, because I don't care about everybody else's problems and situations. We all have problems. You think I'm gonna focus more on your problems than mine? That doesn't make sense. I have a whole lot of growing to do. So why am I gonna sit here and focus on your problems and not mine? And let's just say I don't have any problems. Now I'm gonna focus on your problems and not focus on my children's problems, because my children got problems. May not be as bad as yours, but they got problems. Yeah, I'm gonna focus more on your problems than my children's problem. That's crazy to me. I'm not telling you to give up on black people. I'm not telling you that. I'm just telling you to love black people from a distance and do as much as you can, but not to the point where it's overbearing, where you come to a situation where you're like, hey, you know, I'm gonna choose the people over my family. That's what Malcolm X did. That's what Dr. Martin Luther King did. That's what Fred Hampton did, and look where they at. It's okay to be selfish. It's okay to focus on yourself. Whoever taught you that bullshit about you're selfish because you're focused on yourself, get rid of them. It's okay to love yourself. It's okay to focus on your family. It's okay to focus on your life. It's okay. I'm telling you that. And some people may sit back and say, well, who are you to say what's what and who's who? I can tell you this because I've had experience. And experience is one of the best teachers. I'll say one of them. Through experience, I've been pistol whipped by my own brother. If we're gonna look at black people as being brothers and sisters, I had stitches in my face. I've been robbed by my own brother twice. Twice they put a black man put my life on the line because I didn't know whether I was gonna die. He had the gun at both times, had it pointed at me. I've had black women use and abuse me, and I have done as well. So that's the thing. That's the thing. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Focus on you. Because all you owe to the black race is your change, your growth, and creating your family. And that's that.